Are these the best PlayStation Portal games yet, or another cloud gaming letdown? Well, I've tested every new PlayStation game from August's PlayStation Plus update on the Portal, and not only were there a few massive surprises, but one brand new game just shadow dropped into the service, saving you $30, and nobody even saw it coming. Oh, and I've got something special to give away at the end of the video. A hidden gem you can actually keep and play anytime via remote play. And trust me, it's a good one. Let's jump in. Let's kick things off with Sword of the Sea, a game that absolutely blew me away. And honestly, blew through my Portal battery life like no other this month. This is a PlayStation 5 indie exclusive and a day one PlayStation Plus release. And it's just visually jaw-dropping. You're basically surfing across sand dunes on a giant sword with chilled vibes, beautiful music, and a colour palette that pops like crazy on the Portal screen, especially when you start turning the sand dunes into big waves of water. It is truly stunning. But heads up, this game uses the Portal haptics constantly, so you might want to turn these off, otherwise the rumble motors are working overtime as you carve through the sand and waves, so your battery takes a serious hit. That's exactly why I keep one of these nearby. If you're playing Sword of the Sea or Mortal Kombat 1, you're going to burn through your Portal battery fast. That's why I usually keep one of these with me, the INIU P50 Pocket Rocket. I've got the pink, blue and matte versions here, and they all look seriously sleek. Each one is a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that's compact, lightweight and built for gaming on the go. Whether you're charging your PlayStation Portal, DualSense, Pulse Explorer earbuds, or even your phone, this little thing delivers. And yes, it can even charge 3 devices at once. 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port are available. Heck, you can actually even charge 2 things while you're charging the power bank itself with pass-through charging. It is awesome. The built-in lanyard cable is genius. You'll never be hunting for a charger again, and the digital battery display tells you exactly how much juice you've got left. The pink and blue models have a shiny frosted finish that looks amazing, and the black one is more stealthy with a matte soft touch design. You can also get a really smart looking purple version alongside a mint and a vanilla colour option too. I think I need to get my hands on these ones to check them out and complete this set. Anyways, which colour is your favourite? Let me know in the comments. And the best thing about all of these power banks is the 3-year warranty, which is huge. So that means any issues within 3 years, they'll send you a new one. If you want to grab one for yourself or pick up a couple as gifts, check out the links in the description. There's a big discount running now for my viewers, but only for a limited time. Massive thanks to INIU for powering today's video. I said I'd give this a shot in the last update video, and I'm glad I did. Harold Halibut, despite not being a fan of stop motion visuals, this one did genuinely surprise me. It's got that chilled, story-driven, telltale style vibe that works perfectly on the Portal. The camera work and the steampunk-esque inspired world are brilliant. I guess that's how I would describe it. You'll see what I mean when you play the game. And Harold is such a likeable character. I really felt sorry for him in this one. And this is one of those slow burn games that's perfect for winding down at night with your PlayStation Portal. Now, taking things up a couple of notches here, if you loved Helldivers 2, you need to try out Earth Defense Force 6. It's chaotic, hilarious, and feels like a Dreamcast era arcade shooter, and that's a positive. I love those type of games. Sure, the graphics are rough and the voice acting is actually so bad it is good, but this is peak fun and the Portal handles it brilliantly. And it plays even better thanks to the smaller screen, smoothing out the rough visuals, which makes this one of my top picks this month. Genuinely shocked how much fun this game is. Check it out. And just a heads up, remember that these games are added to the cloud streaming beta, so all of these are playable right now on your PlayStation Portal. If you're part of the beta and have a PS Plus premium subscription, so that means even if you don't have a PlayStation 5 console, you can get in on the fun. Next up is Unicorn Overlord, a tactical RPG gem I hadn't even heard about until now, but wow, it's absolutely stunning. The voice acting is top notch, the art direction is top notch as well, and even the semi-automatic battle system all just kind of works. It's a slower paced game too, so it fits the Portal perfectly. You're not worrying about lag or reaction times or any of that kind of stuff. Honestly, this one stole my attention away from playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, so that says a lot. Next up, we're taking it back down a few gears with a really super chilled game with Coral Island, which is a chilled farming sim basically. Think Animal Crossing meets Stardew Valley, and the visuals in this just pop again off the screen. It looks fantastic on the Portal's 8-inch 1080p LCD screen, and it's ideal for just chilled out, maybe gaming before bed or when you're just, chilling out on the sofa. Super relaxing gameplay, cozy atmosphere, definitely worth checking out if you're looking for something low stress, not like Earth Defense Force 6, which is absolutely bonkers. Indica is one of the most unique games I've played in a while. Gameplay wise, it's like a walking simulator mixed with light puzzles to kind of break up all the walking, I guess. Some really weird moments as well and religious themes. I really felt sorry for Indica when I was playing this, as everyone I encountered so far has just been horrible to her. Really strange game. There's some cool mechanics here. There's one where you pray to stop the environment from distorting around you while this evil voice is saying stuff. So I'm interested to see how that develops. Visually, it's pretty stunning actually. It kind of reminds me of A Plague's Tale: Innocence a little bit. And it runs great on the Portal. It definitely won't be for everyone, but if you like narrative-driven games that do things differently, this one might be a hidden gem for you. Now we're going back up a few gears again. Can you see the flow we're in with this video? A nice chilled game. Crazy game. Mortal Kombat 1 on cloud streaming. Surprisingly, it's incredible. It's fast, flashy, fun. The cameo system really grew on me. Initially, I wasn't sure about it, and I was a tad disappointed that there's a lot of big name characters that are only cameo characters, so they're not like fully playable, You can only use them as your kind of tag team partner, which is a shame, but it still adds something fresh to the game, which I have enjoyed, especially if you're in a bit of bother, you can tag in, your cameo character. They can jump in and help you out for a few seconds, or you can perform some cool combo moves together. Performance is excellent with a good internet connection here. It's still one of the best looking fighters on PlayStation 5. Make sure if you're playing this on your console though, you download the 4K pack, because this upgrades all the cutscenes to 4K and it just makes it look fantastic, especially if you're playing through all the story mode, which I really recommend you do. I can't wait to play through all that. So freaking good. Awesome addition. One of my favorites this month. Next up, we've got another big hitter. Spider-Man Remastered, and it looks way better than I remember my PlayStation 4 version of the game looking. On the Portal, this just looks super sharp because it's a lot smaller on the screen, super crisp, smooth swinging around New York City, and perfect controls with the DualSense. If you've never played it, now's the time, as this is an amazing action-adventure game from the wizards over at Insomniac Games, who just never disappoint. And once you're done, definitely check out Miles Morales also. It's shorter, but might actually be a more fun game, in my opinion anyway. I love Miles Morales. It was so freaking good. And it's also on PlayStation Plus Cloud Streaming Beta, so no excuses, check it out. And next up is another game I hadn't played before, and this is Atelier Ryza 3, which is a beautiful anime-style RPG with a great combat system, exploration, crafting, character-driven storytelling, and a strong sense of escapism as you wander around these really beautiful, bright landscapes. It kind of reminds me of the time when a lot of games were trying to do that Zelda Breath of the Wild thing. So maybe this game came out similar time. I don't know. I'll need to check that out. But it's a looker. It really is. There's a lot of dialogue in the game also, so be prepared for that as the story plays out. And the alchemy system is a bit confusing for a newbie like me. Now, you may want to play the first two games in the trilogy to fully appreciate the story if this looks like your cup of tea. But overall, I had a great time with it, even without playing the first two games. So if you're into Japanese RPGs, definitely give this one a look. It gets a double thumbs up from me. Now, the nostalgia hit me like a truck here. Resident Evil 2, the PlayStation 1 classic. Wow. This was my childhood Resident Evil, and it still holds up surprisingly well. Classic tank controls definitely take a minute to relearn and get used to, as the first 2 times I jumped into the game, drops Leon right into Raccoon City, I just got eaten by zombies right away. But the tension, the music, and the fixed camera angles make it all worth it getting used to it again. It plays great on the Portal smaller screen, as this helps hide how much the visuals have aged and makes it look a lot sharper. Portal is definitely the best option to play PS1 games in my opinion, instead of on a big screen TV. Though the original 4.3 aspect ratio does mean you get black bars on the sides of the gameplay, which is a shame. You don't get to use the full screen real estate, but honestly, fantastic. Play this game if you've never played it. Maybe you've played the remake, which came out recently, and you've not played the original. Go back. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, another nostalgia trip, and one I never actually played back in the day. I did remember playing a demo of this. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Jill Valentine is a total badass. Right from the start, you're dropped into the action as Jill with your machine gun, slaying zombies. If you've only played the remake like I had, give this one a go. It plays just like Resident Evil 2, that same tension-filled PS1 horror game charm. One big downside I really wish Sony would update though is neither classic Resident Evil game here has trophy support, which is just a shame. Now, some PlayStation 1 games on the service do, so please sort this out, Sony. Another thing to note, which is actually maybe a little hack for you if you're not aware. Remember, you used to have to get to the typewriter to save in the game, save your progress. Don't worry about that now. With all the added features due to this, I guess, being emulated, you can save at any time just by pressing the start button, and you can save, load, and you can even rewind. The few times I got eaten at the start of Resident Evil 2, I just rewound back to that instead of loading up and starting a new game. It's a godsend in these older games when you're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And just before we get on to the games I think you should play this month first, and the ones I think you should buy, we've had a last minute shadow drop into PlayStation Plus Extra. The Rogue Prince of Persia is out now on PlayStation 5, and it's already live in the cloud streaming beta, meaning you can play it instantly on your Portal. This one's a roguelite action platformer from the team behind Dead Cells, which is a good thing, and it normally costs £25 in the UK or $30 in the US, but if you've got PlayStation Plus Premium or Extra, it's included. Combat is simple and fun to pick up, but what really impressed me was the traversal, wall running, climbing, parkour style movement. It's slick, fluid, and feels amazing once you get into the rhythm. And on the Portal, as ever, it looks great, it handles great, zero issues, totally unexpected addition this month, and a really nice bonus to round out this month's lineup. Alright, so time for my picks to play first this month, as we've only got so many hours in the day. You want to know what games you should jump into first. So if you are on limited time, here are my top picks. Number 1, can you guess what it is? Mortal Kombat 1. Yes, pure action, stunning visuals, and surprisingly works really well via the cloud. I thought this one might be a bit janky because it can be a bit fast paced, but no, it was absolutely fantastic. I loved my time playing this on the Portal. One of the best fighters you can play on the Portal right now, for sure. You know what I mean? And NetherRealm are just amazing at the story modes in their fighter games. I cannot wait to play through this one. And if you've not played any of their previous fighters, I know they've done other Mortal Kombat games, but for me, the Injustice Gods Among Us games, where it's like the DC comic characters in a Mortal Kombat-esque type game, and it's just as brutal as Mortal Kombat, is well worth checking out. Play them also if you love this one. And my second pick, which was difficult to do, is Earth Defense Force 6. Honestly, this is absolute mayhem, just in the best arcade way possible. I just love arcade style games. And if you want something that's just pure fun, this is the one. Total arcade chaos, like I said. Easy pick up and play. You don't need to use your brain here. Just shoot big monsters, reload, rinse and repeat. And I've got to give a special shout out to Sword of the Sea. It's relaxing, beautiful, day one release on the service and completely different. It's just a great addition to the Portal library and a joy to experience on that crisp little display. I honestly think this is a really solid month after playing all of these games. Like, I could have easily had Atelier Ryza 3 and Unicorn Overload on this list too. And Spider-Man's obviously amazing as well, but I thought that was too obvious to pick that one. But let me know in the comments what games you're excited to play from this month. Okay, now for my game to buy this month for remote play on your Portal and our giveaway. Car X Street. If you love Forza Horizon or Japanese street racing culture, who doesn't, especially if you grew up watching Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift like I did, you'll love this. It's basically an indie open world racer set in Tokyo, complete with drifting, tuning your car, online multiplayer, and that cool Tokyo street racer vibe. Big thanks to the developers for sending this over. But also, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 5 codes for this game right now. To enter, all you need to do is just like this video and leave me a comment telling me your favourite PlayStation Plus game this month and include the hashtag CarXStreet in your comment. That way I'll know you want to enter and I'll reply to a couple of my favourites before picking the winners next week. And if your Portal's ever felt a bit sluggish or lagging big time when you're playing games, there's actually a few hidden tips and tricks that can completely fix it. I've tested them all myself and it made a massive difference. Tap here next to get your Portal running like it should.